it's Anya. Today I'll be going through how different concepts from this chapter, particularly the ideas of a system of inequalities and solving through graphing, can be applied to real-life situations. Let's get started. Tara just made a profit of $10,000 this month. She's decided to invest at most $200 of profits into t-shirts and keychains. T-shirts cost $20 and keychains cost $5 to stock. What is the maximum amount of t-shirts she can buy if she wants at least 25 new items? Solve through graphing. Alright, first and foremost, let's just establish what our x and y variables are so we don't get confused. Let's make x our quantity of t-shirts, and then we can make y our quantity of keychains. Really does not matter which one is which, we just want it to stay consistent. Now we're going to have two inequalities here. A profit inequality and a quantity inequality. So let's start with our quantity inequality. Tara wants at least 25 new items, so our total quantity will just be x plus y, number of t-shirts plus our number of keychains. That needs to be greater than or equal to 25, at least 25. Now let's move on to our profit inequality. So Tara wants to invest at most $200 of profits. So our total profits would be $20 times the number of t-shirts we buy, plus $5 times the number of keychains Tara buys. So cost due to t-shirts plus cost due to keychains, that will be our total cost, and we want that to be at most 200 or less than and equal to 200. Alright, now we have our two inequalities. So let's move to a graph so we can figure out how to solve this. Remember, we are looking for the max amount of t-shirts we can buy. Alright, here we go. Alright, so our first inequality was x plus y greater than or equal to 25. And then we've got our second inequality, 20x plus 5y, and that needs to be less than or equal to 200. Alright. Okay. So the area where these two inequalities overlap is our solution area. So all of this part over here, those are possible solutions. Actually, just this part here, since we can't have negative numbers or a negative quantity. So we're looking for our max amount of t-shirts, or where x is the greatest. So that would be at this point right here. That is where x is the largest, and if I hover over this point, it tells us that where we can buy 5 t-shirts and 20 keychains. So the max amount of t-shirts we can buy while still fulfilling Tara's requirements is 5 t-shirts. So there we have our answer. The maximum number of t-shirts Tara can buy is 5. But let's consider, what if due to inflation the t-shirt's price jumped up to $30? So Tara decided to invest a little bit more money into her stock. She decided to invest $400. What is the maximum number of t-shirts Tara can now buy? So let's hop right over to our graph. Really, all we need to do is change two numbers here. So t-shirts now cost $30, so we're changing the price there. And she's now investing $400 into her stock. Nothing else changes, the price of keychains is still the same. She still wants at least 25 new items. The only thing that's changed is now that t-shirts are a little bit more expensive and she's investing more money. So now we're going to look for the highest x value here. It's going to be right at this point. So now she can buy 11 t-shirts and 14 keychains. So if t-shirts price jumped up a little bit and she decided to invest more money into her stock, the maximum number of t-shirts she could now buy would be 11 t-shirts. So that's all there is to it. Alright, so inequalities are a great way to represent many problems, not only just in maths, but in real life, in business, in finance, in science. It's a great way to see how things are unequal, what you need to do to maximize the quantity of something. There's just a whole lot of ways to use inequalities, not just business. It's a great tool in many professions. Alright, thank you for listening.